Tēnā koutou katoa no mai, haere mai, and welcome to the Akau Tangi Sports Centre here at the Wellington city, the capital city of the Wellington region. It's a pleasure here on Huddy Sports to be bringing you the two basketball finals tonight. First, the girls. It is St Mary's College and Sacred Heart. Well, ironically, these two schools played each other here on Monday in the netball finals. And each team has one player from that netball team playing in this final this evening. So joining me in co-commentary tonight is B. Tui Sao.
Yeah, Tui Sue, nearly got it.
Nearly got it. We'll get there. We'll get there. But fantastic having you on, B. And you know, tell us about yourself, because your background in basketball is quite special.
Yeah, so yeah, I've had the pleasure of actually playing this lovely sport for the last, oh sheesh, I don't want to expose my age now, but over the last 10, way past 10 years, I actually played for St Mary's when I attended college, and I also attended Mana College as well and played basketball there. Also Queen Margaret College too, so that started my basketball kind of obsession. And then went on to play for the Fiji women's team. We were able to go to the Olympic qualifiers, and so I was able to go to that, which was fantastic. And I've been a part of FI, the women's team up in Tauranga, and Queens,
oh wow,
the Tauihi team here in Wellington. Yeah.
And of course these two teams here this evening played each other only 2 weeks ago. St Mary's winning that day, 79 points to 49. Sacred Heart, though, second on the table.
Yep.
But they've shown they've been pretty competitive this season. Where's Sacred Heart really got to make improvements when they're playing against St Mary's tonight? I think Sacred Heart, I was actually speaking to one of the coaches just before in the game, just one of the guys that I've known for a very long time, and he also does some individual stuff. And he basically said that Sacred Heart have to come with that mentality that they're going to be in this game from the start. So I'd like to see that, because they definitely have the skills to be able to hold their own, but it all begins with the whole mental aspect of the game. Yeah. So let's have a look at the two rosters for this evening. Sacred Heart College, Jasmine Mita in 4. 5 is Arcadia Habib. 7 is Maya Tipini Tangawai. 8 is Zayaya Collins. And 8, Maya Iti in 9. 10 is Isabel Toya. 11 is Jada Cassie. 12 is Alyssa Iona. 13 is Jalen Lile, 16 is Leia Aken, and 25 is Kayla Little. For St Mary's College this evening, 10 is Voisa'u Lemana, 11 is Maya Taylor, 12 is Tyra Onisimo, 13 is Brooklyn Jacobs, 14 is Geraldine Matafio Ciola, 22 is Dylan Asi, 25 is Isabel Fa'aitoa, 31 is Tatena Mariko, 32 is the dynamic and powerful Sonic Russell Lear. Watch out for her tonight. And 33 is Kristana Leota.
Yeah, strong, both strong. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they start the game. Usually they say it's you want to start the game how you want to finish it. So let's hope that both teams can put their best foot forward.
St Mary's this season in the Wellington competition. 10 wins, no losses. 1,028 points for, 430 against. They're a goal-scoring machine, and they'll be looking to try and continue that this evening. For Sacred Heart College, 9 wins and 1 loss. That to St Mary's 2 weeks ago. 835 points for, 549 against, and altogether, both high-scoring teams, but St Mary's tend to be a little bit better in the defensive area.
Yeah, I actually coached the Wellington East Senior Girls this season, and we were able to play against St Mary's, and they do a full court press very well, and they execute that very well. So I'm assuming that that's going to be definitely one of the things that they'll be showing tonight.
Our referees for tonight are John Worthington, Elijah Mariko, and Kaleo Natai Rimoni.
All right.
Well, the stage is set. It has hit 6 o'clock, and St Mary's coming on for their lineup to greet the referees.
Already you can see it's a strong lineup as well. Someone that I would say keep an eye out for is number 23 from St Mary's, Cohen Kartene. Now, the last name Kartene is no stranger to the sport. A lot of people, especially from the Porirua region with the last name Kartene, have kind of made their imprint on basketball. So I think Cohen will be no different.
So we're ready and waiting for the tip-off, and we're underway. And it's St. Mary's quickly with the early possession and 2 points on the board. And that is for Onisimio. Great start by St. Mary's, catching Sacred Heart off guard. Taking it over halfway, they're outside the circle.
Well, Sacred Heart did a really good job of breaking down that full court press, and I think it's always good to see how teams, especially when they come together, what different decisions they've made. And it looks like Sacred Heart know very well that St. Mary's are going to press them, so they did a really good job of executing that press break.
Yeah, interesting, you mentioned about Kasi. She nearly got points on the board there. A very powerful figure.
Yes. And it looks like St. Mary's are in a zone defense, so a 2-3 zone defense. For anyone that's watching and not familiar with the zone defense, it basically is just take care of a particular area of the court. It's usually something that is quite hard actually to play an offense against because the teams aren't actually marking one player, they're marking a space on the floor.
St. Mary's coached by Steve Graham and Sacred Heart RJ Wichman. St. Mary's on attack.
And there you go. And that's the power. That is Kristana Leota. Another very strong player physically. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that tonight.
Very much so. 2 shots for them here, signalled by John Worthington.
Oh, okay.
Bailey, you don't get the 2 shots this early in the game, do you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen everything. I've seen everything, so I'm kind of not surprised with this, but it shows that St. Mary's are hungry to attack the hoop. And again, I think there was another steal from Onisimo. And Onisimo is actually, I'm not going to say, I don't know if it's her sister, but Tyrell was also a player for St. Mary's a couple of years ago, 2017, the national champions for St. Mary's. They actually were the national champions. They also won college sport Wellington as well, so good to see some young guns coming through.
A foul here for Sacred Heart. Very grabbing to the wrist, saying holding back. So Sacred Heart trailing 5-0. 2.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Outside the circle. Reed's been brought in by Mita. The shot comes, unsuccessful that time. That time by Iona. And they come down here, St. Mary's, and easy as you like for Soleo.
Thank you. Yep, it'll be an early timeout called for Sacred Heart. They've kind of struggled not to be able to put some points up on the board, and I think it's due to just the defensive pressure that St. Mary's is putting on them. So they're probably just going to go back to the drawing board and figure out what they can do to manoeuvre their way around that zone defense.
Well, it was interesting if you make a comparison to the netball final on Monday.
Oh, yeah?
Even though there's single goals in that game, in a very similar time frame, St. Mary's got out to a 7-0 lead against Sacred Heart.
Oh,
so
that's a bit scary, isn't it?
It's a bit scary before they had to have a change of tactics. So, yeah, so an interesting scenario here.
Yeah, history repeating itself a little bit, I think. It's always good competition between Sacred Heart and any other team that they come up against. I think this isn't the first time that Sacred Heart's been in the final for the seniors, I'm going to go out and say. So it shows that they've got some athletes at their school, that's for sure. Some good coaches.
Well, last week they beat Queen Margaret College, the highly fancy Queen Margaret College, 85-77.
Oh, wow. That's quite a close game, actually.
Well, St. Mary's enjoyed an 88-50 win over Paraparaumu College last weekend.
Yeah. Very convincing win for sure. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Graham has made any changes to his defense or whether he's going to stay the same. It looks like they're staying with the full court press.
Possession for Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
Risky.
I think that was off Tatiana Moreko.
Tatiana Moreko. 2 points to her name so far. And here goes Sacred Heart in the hands of Jasmine Mita.
And this is where they start to struggle a little bit because St. Mary's do a really good job of containing them. The only difference I'm seeing this time is that they're looking to attack the hoop a lot more, which is what you want to do, especially in this defence.
And a turnover here as well. So still not going to script for Sacred Heart. St. Mary's just playing with good confidence here at the moment.
I think the best thing that Sacred Heart could do right now is if they're struggling to score is to really turn it up on defence. Hopefully that'll translate on the other side of the court.
Good pass in, coming in. That's a turnover for Sacred Heart.
So the referee's called a travel call there. So it's a turnover. So number 7 with the ball from Sacred Heart. Number 7 is Maya Tipene Tanguai. I think she's also a New Zealand representative for her age group. Yeah, I can't remember what age group it was, but that's some talent to have on your team for sure.
There's plenty of basketball action on in the background as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Heaps of sports going on here. It's terrific that we're able to get the grandstands open as well. That time here, no free points available for St. Mary's, so they go again. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Out the front, here they go.
Deep three.
Oh, nearly. But they regather with the rebound.
It's a great rebound by number 14, Geraldine.
That's the thing with basketball as well, B, is that so quickly can 3 points change a game.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think this is why it also adds to the idea as to why St. Mary's are putting so much pressure on here. You want to make a statement in the first quarter so that it's not a catch-up game later on for them. I think there was a foul called there, so Tatiana will take the line. So she was previously at Altea College, one of their main players.
Oh, wow.
She's switched over to St. Mary's. She wants the championship.
Well, they're on their way to the championship at the moment, 13-0. And Tatiana Mariko with the shot. Bounces off the rim. And Sacred Heart regather possession. And they have to be they have to find something here, Sacred Heart, being 13-0 down. Here they go. Oh, nearly that time.
That was a great shot I think Maya took there. It was a great shot. And
another treble by the looks of it there, B.
Yeah, so John's calling a treble there on Cohen. So Sacred Heart need to take these opportunities that are literally been given to them to be able to score and have a little bit of faith in the offense and to learn to just attack the rim really strongly, just like that.
And that is better, and that's excellent work by Collins. First points on the board for Sacred Heart. Oh,
great
terrific.
Hands, great hands.
Excellent work by Maya Yeti.
Oh, good follow-up by number 12, Alyssa Ioina, I think her last name is. Sorry if I pronounce any names wrong.
Oh, loose pass there by St. Mary's, and Sacred Heart have the ball.
Just a bit of miscommunication there.
That time, Tipene Tanguai going for the free, but to no avail.
Oh, nice steal there. Great goal. Nice touch off the top of the glass.
So 13-4.
So that'll boost them up a little bit. Hopefully it'll be able to give them some power and some energy down on defense.
Another treble as well. This time it's against Singlet 12. Onisimo, who actually opened up the scoring in this game.
Yeah, she's actually been one of the ones that have been the difference maker when it comes to defense, which is part of the reason why I think they've put her up the front. She's put a lot of pressure on the ball for Sacred Heart, and I think that's what's held them off for a very long time. I think Steve called that time out there just to kind of regroup his girls, get them back together and figure out what they need to do to be better in the end of this.
But you tell us about Steve Graham and his involvement with St. Mary's.
Oh, well, Steve he's got my heart, that guy. I was coached by him. very lucky to be coached by him. He's a very energetic coach, passionate, and he's really in it for the players that he's coaching. He's very smart and strategic, which is why she's actually got some kids, 3 kids, I'm assuming, I hope I'm right. One I can see right now in the stands, Tegan Graham. She's actually playing for the Queens at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm assuming her IQ comes from him because he's fantastic. He thinks for his girls and make sure that everyone's okay, everyone's on the same page, but is also very passionate. So Steve is a great coach, awesome coach.
The timeout period coming to an end. 13-4. St. Mary's ahead of Sacred Heart. And what has been an explosive start by the City Catholics.
For sure.
Collins, big pass, but it's been overthrown, but regathered. Pawia with the shot, well secured that time by Hussey.
So a bit of a foul there on the baseline. Sacred Heart just need to do a better job of communicating with each other and getting back on transition defense. St. Mary's is looking to push the ball really quickly, get it down there and get an easy 2 points. So Sacred Heart have to try and figure out how they can get back down the floor really quickly, pick up really quickly and communicate with each other.
Limana with her first points of the evening. Sends the lead back out to a 10-point margin. One more shot. Bounces off the rim.
I think they might just save it, did they? No.
No. Not that time.
Not that time. Wouldn't be surprised if they did, though. These girls are chasing after everything.
And here they go, Sacred Heart. Ooh, that time.
That was a great pass. And a nice rebound there by number 16 from Sacred Heart, Leah Arkin.
Oh, the bounce the ball off the rim is not really working here for Sacred Heart. Few shots now. Here comes the 3 points.
Oh.
Not to be.
Hoping that they will get rewarded there. Oh, great job of getting back. Exactly what I was saying before. Just getting back and trying to slow that down, making it a bit harder for St. Mary's.
So Sacred Heart trailing 16-4. And they've definitely grown into the game, and that time they get some more points on. Pawia with her first 2 points.
Great backdoor cut there. That just shows just a little bit of her awareness as to what her defender's doing. But then just as quickly, St. Mary's have just put in another 2.
And it just seems Sacred Heart just really do need to tidy up this their defensive sort of patterns. St. Mary's are really pouncing. They're getting a lot of free movement in the centre of the court.
Yeah, so defense is all about just kind of what you can do as a collective, but also how you can contribute individually as well. So a lot of things that are emphasized when teaching defense is to talk, try and be on the same page as your teammates. That usually makes it a lot easier, and hopefully some of your defensive strategies that your coaches have taught you will come in handy as well. St. Mary's have that. And that's why they're just causing a lot of chaos for Sacred Heart, making it really hard for them to score some easy buckets.
And yet again, it just keeps not being their friend this evening. So St. Mary's with the ball. Sacred Heart crashing back, better on defence this time. Pass comes in. Just a little bit rushed that time there by Maya Taylor.
Just on the baseline there, nice little reverse. Just came up a bit short.
Well, and they'll get the foul. And that's great work there by Oina. So Sacred Heart with the opportunity now.
I think that might be Cohen's Kartene's second foul in this first quarter, so that might be a little bit dangerous for her. She'll probably have to sit for the majority of this quarter.
Tell us about the foul count, and I know in water polo you get 3 fouls and then you're out. How many do you get in basketball?
So for this league you get 5. So you get 5 personal fouls. Usually what you want to do is, if you have to foul, you kind of want to go for 1 each quarter. You don't want to overdo it. So when you start getting into the 2s and 3s, especially before the halftime break, it gets a bit dangerous for you. So the coach will have to sit you out just to save you, especially with someone like Cohen Katane, who makes changes. You know, she's their point guard. So
another foul as well against St. Mary's. So this time, Tipini Tangawai.
I think for St. Mary's, one of the things that they need to watch out for are these foul calls. So they have 3 refs on board. So they probably won't miss much. Some people might disagree. Yeah. I mean, it's a universal thing, I think, with the whole referee situation. But, yeah, they just need to keep an eye out for that. And even though they're trying to apply pressure, they just need to be a little bit more careful as to how they're doing that. Already we're just seeing some changes on the defensive end here for Sacred Heart. Still a bit more urgency, which is great.
Good pressure. Tried to regather, but Sacred Heart a lot tidier.
Oh, great outlet pass. Great outlet pass. That's an easy 2 points.
And that's Leia Akin. Makes it 18-10 now. Only 8 points between these two teams. Wide open this time for St. Mary's.
Solio. Oh, they're just going back and forth with each other, just fast break after fast break.
And intercepted again by Sacred Heart. Enjoying a good period of possession.
It looks like we're going to have a bit of a ball game here if Sacred Heart keep on getting these defensive stops.
It's just getting messy here for St. Mary's B.
Yeah.
Just losing their shape. They started so dominantly in this first quarter, in this first part of it, but in this later part of it now, they're just getting a bit scrappy.
Yeah, so I think that's why this timeout has been called. Usually a strategic move by coaches. I think for this situation in particular, it'll be for Coach Graham just kind of settle his girls a little bit. I think some of the decisions that they're making are a bit rushed, which are forcing these turnovers.
Good contingent of supporters from both schools. Sacred Heart have brought down their mascot as well, a lion.
Oh my gosh, this never happened when I was at school. No one could be bothered coming to our finals. This is fantastic. Signs and everything.
Well, it's a great final, a great centre here as well, this sports centre here in Kilburn. It's been a real game changer for indoor sports.
100%.
But really, you could actually say the last 10 years, really, basketball in Wellington has grown to that next level, particularly its growth as well.
It definitely has. I can agree with you on that one. I think it's also because of social media and how it's kind of just contributing to, I guess, the obsession I fell in love with a couple of years ago, you know? And so people are really starting to see that this sport is something to watch, so it's quite exciting.
Lots of signs. It's interesting, some of the signs as well. They've even got pictures of the players on one of the signs here from St. Mary's.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, they've taken some time to make these beautiful signs. I think if I ever have a school reunion, I'm going to be hitting up some of my friends about this.
So the timeout is over. And here goes St. Mary's. Can they tidy up their play? Because they were so dominant in the opening 5 minutes. Sacred Heart managed to get the ball from a St. Mary's intercept. And it's been regathered and picked up there by Leota. Now they bring it down with Mariko.
So they've slowed it down a little bit now. Now they're in their half-court set. Oh, great pass. That's some great vision there.
Tyra Onisimo, 2 points. That's 4 so far. And another foul. This one is against Katina.
Oh dear, so that was an and-1 call. So it means that as Arken was going to the basket, she was fouled on the way to the basket and she made it. So that means the 2 points count and she gets one chance to shoot a free throw and make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, not to be that time. But St. Mary's getting themselves into a bit of foul trouble here in this first quarter. How important that will be as this game goes on.
Yeah. Not the best position to be in, especially going into only the second quarter. But then again, St. Mary's do have a couple of players on the bench that can step up and play, so I don't think they're too worried at the moment.
Here comes the shot for free. Oh, almost there that time for Tangi.
Great rebound there.
And that's going to be a toss as both teams couldn't get possession of the ball.
So it's going to be Sacred Heart's ball. I think it was a jump ball. So Sacred Heart will take it from the baseline, giving them another opportunity to score. So they've got 13 seconds left on the 24-second clock. So there's actually enough time for them to be able to set into something and score.
We're into the final minute of the first quarter. And St. Mary's on the attack. And they're bringing up good contact.
Yeah, so that will be a foul, I think, on number 10. Just waiting to see what the ref says. Yes, number 10. From Sacred Heart, Isabel Tuia.
It looks like we're going to have a substitution as well while this is happening. And coming on is Collins. (22-16).
Sacred Heart slowly creeping into this game a little bit. If they continue from where they, I guess it's a bit too early to call because it's not quite the end of the quarter, but if they keep on doing what they're doing, adding some more points up, putting a bit more pressure on defense, then this is going to be a very close game.
And it's another foul as well.
I think that one was on number 8 from Sacred Heart, Collins, who just got in. He's just subbed in.
So the foul count extremely high for the first quarter, mostly for both teams.
And the first one, she's just missed that first one. Lucky she gets 2.
So 24-16, 30 seconds left.
Good patience there from Sacred Heart.
Big shot at free!
Oh, that's a big 3.
Over free, that is excellent.
That is a very big 3 for Sacred Heart.
And the first one for the final.
Great defense by Maya. Tiffany Tangawai. And, great.
Great work by
job.
Collins. Good counter-attacking as well, too. And look at that, 24-21. Shot!
Oh, great shot to end the quarter there. That's a great way to finish for Sacred Heart St. Mary's for the first quarter. But yeah, just like that, we have a ball game, 26-21, or it might be a bit different now. I think they actually scored that second one.
Well, 26-21.
Yes.
And it was big. There was 12 points in it at one stage. But St. Mary's really flourishing well in the second part of the first quarter.
I think one of the main things with these two teams, we'll have a look at St. Mary's first. The upside to St. Mary's and their plan of attack is that they're a very fast team and they want to get things down the court as quickly as possible and then convert, making it very easy for themselves. The downside to that strategy is that if you're not fit enough, you can become quite fatigued very early on. So, well, I'm assuming that these girls have been doing this all season, so this wouldn't be any different, but fatigue is something that will kick in very soon for both teams. For Sacred Heart, it was such a good change of pace for them. They were able to put some more pressure on the defense and also convert on the other end, so that was awesome.
We'd like to thank College Sport Wellington, allowing us, Huddy Sports, to bring you these week of finals. We started with the netball on Monday, football on Wednesday, and now the basketball. And the weekend before, we brought you the first 15 final as well. So the winter sports season of college sport in the capital, in the Wellington region, is coming to an end. But in terms of regional stuff, we move into the wider stuff, in particular the sort of what they call the regional tournaments that are coming up in the next week or so. And I believe they're up in Napier
Yes, yeah, that's very different. But it'd be good for the town of Napier to be able to get some basketball. I haven't been there for ages myself. Have you been to Napier lately?
I was there last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, went there for a wedding. So that was quite a great weekend up. Beautiful there in the middle of summer.
Yeah,
I made the mistake, though, of wearing a black suit when it was 40 degrees.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. Well, see, I'm going to have issues because my wardrobe is all black.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be dying very slowly.
And our thoughts out there to the Hawke's Bay community, affected early in the year by Cyclone Gabrielle. And it's great that, there are still relief efforts ongoing and helping those communities that need. Here we go, the second quarter underway. 26-21 at the end of the first to St. Mary's. And they've got possession of the ball now. Oh, that was like a grenade throw.
Luckily it was caught. Oh, nice little Euro step there by Tatiana. That shows her experience.
Oh, and intercepted well by Toya.
I don't know about you, Bray, but I'm having a little bit of deja vu here. St. Mary's were doing this exactly this in the first quarter. A lot of steals.
Oh, for the first 5 seconds of the first quarter, they got points on the board, and it's happened again.
So I'm glad that they're going back at it and doing the same thing and, doing what works for them. And it's good to see that the girls that are coming off the bench are able to apply the same pressure too.
So Sacred Heart looking for options, comes back out to the top.
Some risky passes by Sacred Heart, but doing a great job of being able to convert it.
Well, it's high risk, but it's working for them. It's crawled them back into this final.
Yeah, they're executing it really well.
28-23. Oh, heavy contact.
We got no call there. It looked like a charge to me, but the refs would have seen it from a different angle.
Well, they've got a better line of sight than we do up here on this balcony at the Akau Tangi Sports Centre. So St. Mary's back on attack. Going to get back to the form, and that is amazing, isn't it?
And she gets a rebound and puts it back up again. Not giving up. Using that height of hers. And again, number 10 from St. Mary's. Lemana.
So, sub happening here for St. Mary's. Jasmine Meter coming back on. It's interesting, Tatiana Mariko. She already has 10 points in this game so far.
Oh, wow. I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. I'm not surprised. She's definitely a consistent player for sure. Someone that will always put points on the board when you need her to. And the great thing about her is that she can work really well, especially inside the key. She's very strong off the block. As you can tell, she's physically strong. And there's also a strong presence on defense too.
And here's a shot for free. Oh, not that time.
Oh, great rebound. Good job.
Good attempt by Leia Arken. Her brother Christian is a year 13 student at St. Bernard's. And we'll speak about the St. Bernard's connection. Maya Eti is the twin sister of Trace Eti, who's year 12 at St. Bernard's and plays on the St. Bernard's basketball premier team.
It's a sibling thing.
Yeah.
Oh, great job by Sacred Heart there. Just going off that double team. Reading where the next pass was going to go. And then tipping the ball. If we have a jump ball call here, no, it'll be Sacred Heart's ball.
And that was on Mariko, that call. Of course, we might have the officials free of referees, but the sideline table, very important in the game of basketball, keeping the record, particularly the fouls and the goals.
Yes. Nice take.
And that's brilliant work.
Great job.
Isabel Toa. That's her four points for her in the game.
And she's another consistent player for Sacred Heart. As you can see, she's already adding just her, she's just putting a little bit of pressure on the ball there just before. And she's starting to see that the middle lane of that zone that St. Mary's were doing was clear, so she was able to score 2 points.
Collins trying to go for the round shot, but couldn't get it in. So St. Mary's attempt at free, but overstretched.
A little bit to the right, and she turns straight to Coach Graham, goes, get me off. I need a sub, I need a sub. She's done a great job so far. Probably one of the players that's probably going to get one of the most minutes, so definitely need to rest. She's got 2 more quarters to go.
One of the good things about basketball, that reason why it's growing as well, the nature of teenagers has changed. You know, they tend to like things that are the games that only really go for like an hour and a half or so, and it's done during in a weekday.
Yes.
Don't have to worry about being out in the freezing cold in the middle of winter.
That's yeah, I guess that's true as well. I remember I have flashbacks sometimes of playing netball when it's hailing. I'm going, yeah, I'm glad I played an indoor sport.
And we just got a message through. Norm Muddycoat, he's a cameraman who's worked with us in Huddy Sports in the past, does a lot with Sky Sport. It's his daughter, Tatiana Muddycoat.
Of course,
so
right.
He's watching from Palmy. He's up there for the NPC tonight. So, Norm, great to have you watching the broadcast.
He must be very proud of what his girl's doing. He's definitely making an impact, that's for sure.
32-27.
Again, Sacred Heart just really breathing down St. Mary's necks. So, you know, they're trying to make a statement here. They're going, yep, you guys have got the early points, but we're not going anywhere.
Unsuccessful that time for Jasmine Meter. And so St. Mary's pounce. Outside the circle, the shot for free comes! That's excellent!
Great job by Cohen Cartanier by recognising that she had the opportunity to shoot it. She was in rhythm, it looked good. And there she is again on the other end of the floor, contributing.
So St. Mary's pounce again. It's 10 points now for Matafau Solio.
Again with the steal. Sacred Heart will, hopefully in the half break, coach will be able to come up just with a way of how they can counter this press. And a great job by Maya, just being their rim protector. Not committing any fouls.
She's leading by example too, as Maya Iti. She's also the captain tonight.
Yeah.
Only year 12, so still another year to go.
I think one special thing about Maya is that she doesn't have to be the superstar of the game. She does all the little things right, so that's definitely captain material for sure. Maya is also part of the Ball Never Lies Club, which is based in the Hut. There's actually a lot of clubs around the Hut area, which is probably why all these Hut ballers are just coming out of everywhere. But yeah, just really want to give a big shout out to them. The Splash Brothers, Ball Never Lies. I think there's one now in I think the Johnsonville, Wadestown, Kandala area called No Limits. And they just give an avenue for some of these kids that aren't part of school teams, you know, that kind of just want to get into the sport, learn a little bit more and polish up their game.
So 37-30, 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Good pressure coming in.
Oh, I don't know what that calls. Who would that be on?
That's an interesting call. Let's see what the referee says.
I think it's going to be on Collins again. It might be her hands or something.
Yeah.
Her positioning's okay.
Well, we indicated the hand, so... Well, impression we saw up here. Looks like she was retreating.
Yeah, well, see, there was a metal bar in my way, I can see, but from what, from her hips down, she looked good. It was fine.
Here goes the shot for free. Ooh, not to be that time. So here they go. Tiffany Tangawai down to meter. Surveying the options. Good aggressive defence here by St Mary's. Oh, and it nearly paid off there for Tiffany Tangawai.
Oh, we see a little bit of limping coming from Maya. She might have rolled her ankle. Oh, that should have. I don't know. I couldn't see, but I was concentrating on the foul and I missed that. But great job by Sacred Heart to be able to.
With the old shot from the old lift.
Yeah, that found the bottom of the net. That was good.
39-32. It's a tight affair here at the Akau Tangi Sports Centre. Oh, good passage of play. And Maya Taylor has her first points for the evening.
Yeah, some really good ball movement coming from St Mary's. It seems that everyone on their bench can score. There's not just one person that scores. So that's definitely something that it's quite hard to guard, especially if you're defending them, just because everyone becomes a threat. But Sacred Heart, I don't know, they're doing a good job of hanging in there.
Brought down by Toa. Oh, great work.
Great job.
And that's 12 points for her this evening.
And the good thing about Toia is that she's always one to be penetrating. She's always going to the basket. She's not waiting for things to happen. And she's definitely one of those players for me anyway, personally, that is kind of holding Sacred Heart, well, holding them in this game, really, keeping them in this game.
Managed to get the rebound. And great work. That's Akin. 41-36. Shot comes.
And I think that might be a treble call.
Treble call it is, yep. A little bit hard here up on the balcony. It's quite a steep sort of dive down on this the nearest court line here.
Finding the corner there.
Oh, nearly that time for Jada Cassie. And stolen. And stolen again.
Oh, that's going to be a backcourt call. So just for those of you guys at home that don't really understand what just happened, so St Mary's had intercepted the ball. They were on their half. And what happened was that they passed backwards. So you can't do that. You have to pass forward. Otherwise, it's a backcourt call. So another opportunity for Sacred Heart to score.
Another foul called again, St Mary's. It looks like Steve Graham's just feeling a little bit frustrated there. He's going to the table. Probably also checking to see how many fouls his players are on.
I think that foul there was on Cristana Leota, number 33. And yeah, he said he probably can't afford to have too many of his players in foul trouble. I think that might be just her first one. So I think she's all right, first or second.
Well, Jasmine Meter, 4 points this evening. Just bounces off.
Must be quite nerve-wracking for some of these kids coming into a final like this.
Well, the pressure, you're probably not used to playing in front of big crowds as well.
That's true.
Good rebound, picked up by St Mary's. And they take it down, good pressure in. But that time unsuccessful for Maya Taylor.
Yeah, in true St Mary's fashion, someone's always waiting.
I believe that might have been Mariko again that came up there with the points.
Just instantly making an impact on the game as soon as she's subbed in.
There's an interesting thing that you note about basketball now. Each team's got a speaker.
I know, it's a thing now.
And it's not just a small speaker, it's a big giant boombox.
Yeah, we're talking like the 700, 800 kind of dollar speakers, yeah, for sure. Great pass. Oh, unlucky for
She crashes into the hoardings as well. Less than 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. 3:36.
Great job by Sacred Heart there, just to slow it down and use up the time in the clock. They've got about 10 seconds
Here comes the shot from Mita. Also a throw-in. Nearly, though. They're not afraid to give those 3 points a go, are they,
No,
Sacred Heart?
They're not. I can't be mad at it. They executed their play really well. Great move there, Kristana.
Well, the other thing too in basketball, you've got to give it a go. Don't back down as well.
Yeah, that's what I tell people that are, you know, they're maybe not really confident with their shot or whatever it may be. I'm like, just give it a go. You never know until you try.
So just a bit of back and forth here. No points in the last sort of minute for either team.
I think both teams are starting to feel a little bit of fatigue now. Just leading into the halftime break. I think that might be a blocking foul on number 11. Yeah, it is a blocking foul. Jada Cassie.
So 43-36, and we have a timeout as well. That was called, looks like, by...
Might be by Sacred Heart.
Yeah. I think the Sacred Heart, they've got a little bit of spring in their bench there. They all seem to be pretty positive. St Mary's, no, they're in the lead, but they probably think they could probably be a bit further ahead. They're just making some little mistakes. They're not as being dominant on his attack as they were at the start of the first.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the hardest decisions to make, especially as, I guess, an individual player, but also as a team, you have to try and figure out when it is a right time to push the ball down the floor and when it's a good time to kind of hold back. I think St Mary's just need to rethink their strategy in terms of just slowing the ball down. They're in the lead. Time is their friend, whereas for Sacred Heart, it's not the same. So they're looking to disrupt, especially for the St Mary's offense.
RJ Wichman really giving the message to his troops.
Yes, I think he's an up-and-coming coach. So I'm very excited to see more of him in the scene. It's good to see young people get involved and giving back to the game, and I think that's for any code.
Oh, exactly. You know, it's a lot of, a lot of it's all volunteer work and not a lot of pay. And you have to give up a lot of your own time, particularly work as well.
For sure.
The players out here will benefit from that dedication. So here we go. Matafao, 10 points this evening.
I really like the way that Geraldine plays. I think she's definitely a great piece of their puzzle. She's a consistent scorer. And I think I can say the same for pretty much all the players on the St Mary's team and the Sacred Heart team. Just with the St Mary's team, you can tell why they've been so successful throughout this season is that everyone contributes. And it's not just one person scoring. And there she is again, getting a rebound.
And here comes the shot for Fred.
Oh, that's one person you don't want to be shooting.
Oh, no.
Cohen casting it from the three.
Well, she's already got one already this evening.
And that's Ken getting tangled up there with Leota. Great hustle. Showing some sportsmanship as well. Can get a little bit feisty out there. Trust me, I know.
So, St Mary's, 40 seconds left.
Oh,
easy as you like.
If you're a defender, especially if you're marking Tatiana, you're going to have to try and push her to a hand that she's not the most comfortable with. I don't want to jinx it and say push her to the left and then she's left-handed or something.
Here comes the shot.
Oh.
Not to be. And a treble call.
Oh dear.
Well, St Mary's have been, I don't know how many times now they're being picked up for the treble call. It must be getting close to double digits.
Every time that treble call has been called, I just don't see it. I think I miss it. They move so quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's such a fast-paced game. It happens so quickly.
Oh, great defense. Oh, nearly has that rebound there. And
oh, that was interesting.
so I think Maya went to go and tip the ball, but I think fouled her instead.
Yeah. Well, either way, if she was allowed to continue and score, it would have been quite impressive. So, Maya Taylor. 4 seconds left in the second quarter.
I think that might have been an unsportsmanlike foul, which is why no one is lining up.
Yeah.
So basically that's 2 free shots and I think possession from the halfway line. I'm not completely sure. Yes, and it will be St. Mary's ball as well.
St. Mary's ball as well.
So that's the penalty you pay for an unsportsmanlike call.
At least you don't have to worry about the opposition taunting you on the side.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, gosh, yeah.
Here we go. Can St. Mary's finish off the second quarter? They go for the big shot.
Big 3. Oh, my goodness.
And that will be half-time. And it's 47-36. St. Mary's still in the lead, but it's a real tight tussle out there at the moment. And Sacred Heart, they'll be pretty happy with how they played in that second quarter. But the big one's coming up, and that's what they call the championship quarter. That is the third quarter.
I completely agree.
So 5 minutes for half-time, and we'll be back in a few minutes, folks. Welcome back to Akau Tangi Sports Centre. It's half time, coming to an end. We've got 50 seconds left, 47-36. And B, your thoughts on those first 2 quarters? And Sacred Heart slow out of the blocks, but they fought their way back.
Yeah, they. I think that's a perfect way to describe what just happened in the first half. I think the first quarter, St Mary's were very dominant. Yeah. They kind of came in with their message to Sacred Heart saying that we're not going to go very easily, so they wanted to put points on the board really quickly. Going into the second half, though, Sacred Heart started disrupting them a little bit. And that's when it started getting a little bit harder for St Mary's, sorry.
And St Mary's themselves are in a bit of foul trouble as well. How are they going to address that change in their game?
I think they'll be reminded by their coaches, definitely, that they're in, to concentrate more on playing a little bit more clean, especially with these travel calls that the referees have been keeping an eye out for. So just those little things can affect the game. So leading into the 2 last quarters, they're going to have to tidy that up for sure.
Well, half-time has finished, and St Mary's just getting their last final instructions from their coach, Steve Graham. Sacred Heart already back on the court. 47-36, 11 points in it. At one stage there, though, it got down to 4.
Yeah, it did. So that means, you know, Sacred Heart's come to play, this is, I think, has also been something that Sacred Heart have been doing. If they haven't been winning games by, I don't know, 5, 10, 20, they've definitely kept up with these other teams and then taken the win in the last kind of quarter. So it might be the same situation here, we never know.
Third quarter underway, and Sacred Heart have possession of the ball. This time playing to the southern end of the main court here.
And already a turnover. Great defense by number 16 from Sacred Heart. It's Leah Arkin.
So Sacred Heart looking to try and get the first points to open this third quarter.
I think the number one thing that Sacred Heart have to remember is they've got to keep that ball moving, keep their offense moving as well, because it'll shift the defense. When they become stagnant, it makes it very easy for the St Mary's defense to be able to pick up rebounds and all that.
Oh, good work. Excellent work there by Mariko.
Oh, look at that. And she gets the rebound and puts it back up again. Light work for this girl, honestly.
Yeah. Just a bit like a training run.
Yeah. Sacred Heart tried to do the same thing just then. Just unable to convert the 2.
Oh, not that time. Oh, Matafau just short. And short again, and so Sacred Heart pounce. Tawia.
Oh, great block by Christina Leota. Good discipline on her behalf not to foul. We're having some, I think some parents and some coaches pleading from the sideline saying that was a foul.
Of course they would.
Of course, yeah. But I think that was clean. I think the ref did a really good job at calling that block.
It's been well officiated so far. We've got 2 balls on the court now.
It has been well officiated so far, I feel.
So it'll be a line throw here for St Mary's because of the interference of play.
I like how you said that the third quarter is the champions quarter. I really like that, because it is. It's usually the deciding factor as to whether, unless it's a really, really close game and it goes to the fourth quarter, but usually the third quarter is
It's what we used to, back in the days when I used to play water polo, we always called that the most important quarter. I think there's a terminology that has actually come from American football as well too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Just a little bit of a miss there on the baseline. And Tatiana will be trying to fight us back on defense to try and get that.
And that time the foul has been called.
That might be on Geraldine.
Blocking as well. What's the call?
St Mary's again just getting a couple of foul calls, so they just need to be careful now. It really could affect them.
Oh, brilliant.
And I think that's a 2. Yeah, that's a 2 there. Foot was on the line. Oh, great pass. And a nice finish there by St Mary's. So Katane is pleading her teammates to step forward and put up the full court press.
Oh, gap here for St Mary's, but not to be. So St Mary's with the ball. push forward. 51-38.
Great defence.
Monica pushes through.
Oh, great pass and a foul there. Fantastic recognition by Tatiana to see that her teammate, number 10, Lemana, was just standing right there underneath the basket.
And Lemana also will have an opportunity to extend the lead here for St Mary's, 53-38. Here comes the shot. Oh, just bounces out. And so Sacred Heart will get the foul.
I think there would have been a reaching foul there, or a holding foul.
How many timeouts does each team get in a quarter?
Usually I think they get 1 a quarter and then 2 in the last quarter.
Yeah.
So you gotta use those timeouts properly. Oh, great hands by Dylan Ussey. Dylan was also a New Zealand player for the under-14s. Under-14 New Zealand's number 22.
She gets her first points for the evening. And the timeout has been called, and St Mary's, well, they're pretty happy with the way they've started this third quarter.
Yes, they are very happy. I think one thing to note about St Mary's as well is that during their season, or before it really kicked off, they were actually playing against women. And maybe some boys, I don't know, but I know that there was a group of us that were asked to go and play against them to prepare them for their season. So that's always a good thing to note, because it shows you where they're at training-wise. So yeah, I'm not surprised that they're making this sort of impact, especially in the third quarter.
It's interesting because there's, if you think about that, when you look at netball with Silver Ferns, they, except for this year, the previous few years, they've actually played against the New Zealand men's netball team as a bit of a warm-up before they play an international series. Does something like that happen in basketball?
Yeah, I would say so. I think it's. I think the short answer is yes. It's always good to play against, especially male opponents, just because obviously physically they're a lot stronger and they're a lot taller. So you have to make these sort of adjustments, and then when you play against just women that sometimes on an international stage are the same size, you're well prepared.
Coach Graham passing on messages. Calls come from referee Wellington. That timeout period has come to an end. Crowd getting larger here at the Sports Centre.
Yes.
Just over an hour away from the boys' final. It's come off Sacred Heart hand, and it will be all for St Mary's. No, actually Sacred Heart, sorry. Got that wrong.
I'm just seeing Coach Graham in the back telling his girls to man up. Just some good hustle by St Mary's on the defensive end.
Sacred Heart take the ball down.
Take. Oh dear. He finds the back of the rim.
Well, the coach for Sacred Heart, Richmond, is pleading that was a treble, but not to be. 57-38, fouls come as well. A lot of trebles against St Mary's in the first 2 quarters. None yet so far in this third quarter.
Yeah, I think they might have... there must have been some conversation, I think, between maybe even the coach or someone about what are the treble, like what are they doing. And they've managed to stop that.
Oh, good pressure. Unfortunately, though, it seems to be that this quarter, Sacred Heart, they're just not getting it in the net at the moment.
Oh, Dylan, she was out of court.
Well, it can be quite confusing with all the different lines. I know they're different colours, but...
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Some of these colleges, especially when you played senior basketball, you know, when you're coaching and you see all these different lines, I get confused.
So Sacred Heart, Meter looking around. Outside the circle, good defence by St Mary's.
Oh, nice work there. Great job and good patience by Tuia.
57-40.
Oh, nice defence by Mita. She's telling her teammate, go. Don't slow down, keep going. Great advice.
Shot comes, oh, not to be. And St Mary's pounce, no one home here for Sacred Heart. And it's in.
And just when Sacred Heart claw their way a little bit closer, St Mary's just score more points just to get them ahead.
That time they tried to go for the up and under, but here we go. Dylan Nussi regathered. Bounced out again, but Sacred Heart have the ball.
St Mary's are really just kind of putting their foot on the gas. They're really not letting up. Sacred Heart slowing down. They've got to be careful not to become too stagnant in their offense because that happens.
Brilliant.
Fantastic
interception.
read. Fantastic read.
And Seymour, 8 points this evening.
Nice pass. And it looks like both teams are scoring their goals mostly on transition, not really out of set plays.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. Oh dear. Oh,
That was heavy.
no call there.
No call. St Mary's girls taking one to the ribs by the looks of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Tough
in it
pass
goes.
there. Seeing some heavy feet out there, fatigue kicking in.
65-42. Trying to go for the free that time was Mita.
I think we were foul call too.
Foul as well. Another blocking call. Use this opportunity for a few substitutions for both teams. 65-42.
Yeah, St Mary's just pulling away a little bit now. And that's because of just the defensive pressure. They have someone always ready to run and make those easy layups at the other end. Sacred Heart becoming a little bit too stagnant on their offense, so it's allowing the St Mary's to essentially to rest, really. So they just need to keep moving in order to shift the defense and then open up some options for them.
First shot successful. This time bounces out. And St Mary's pounce. There goes Mariko.
Oh, beautiful step through there.
Just incredible form.
Some good footwork. St Mary's just in there and everywhere.
Oh, they're playing great basketball here at the moment, and they're counter-attacking well. And Sacred Heart just finding it hard to combat against them at the moment, and they get another turnover here, St Mary's. And the shot comes, trying to go for the up and under again. Regathered. And they'll get the foul.
And they're just going at Sacred Heart. They're just going at them. Someone is always there.
Big, massive third quarter here by St Mary's. Sacred Heart at the moment, no answers to this onslaught.
I'm surprised that a timeout hasn't been called yet, but it might be a bit too early for coach. These girls must be fit. Must be fit. Tatiana there with the rebound.
Oh, exactly. Now, to talk about trainings in basketball, how often, in your case, in your trainings, how often do you train a week? And do you have to get up at the crack of dawn like swimmers and train at like 5 o'clock in the morning? What happens?
Well, unfortunately, I suffered an injury, so I haven't been training as much. But usually when we train, there are morning sessions. So you're looking at probably 4 to 5 times a week.
Oh, wow.
And that's the majority of it is team stuff, and then you have your individual stuff, and then you have strength training at the gym. So those are the things to look forward to, guys. But it's also, it just pays off. You can definitely tell it changes your game completely.
And the foul comes here for Sacred Heart. And what's your injury at the moment, B?
Torn MCL.
Ooh.
So I tore my meniscus.
Yeah, I know that. I know about meniscus.
Oh, you do? Oh, dear. Yeah, so I tore my meniscus just a couple of months ago. I've just been on the road to recovery. I'm actually all good now, but just strengthening my legs a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish I knew about this kind of stuff when I was their age, you know?
Same here too as well. You know, used to run 100 miles an hour and really didn't care.
No, yeah, I was like, what's warming down? I don't know what that is. Now I know. Now I know.
So Collins, 1 so far. Couldn't get the second in. 67-44.
Oh, good pressure there by number 9 from Sacred Heart. Maieti.
Taken in. Out the top. Here comes the shot for 3 points.
Oh.
Regathered and rolls in. For Mariko.
So one of the things that Sacred Heart, I think, need to do just a little bit better are focusing on boxing out, especially when you have players like Mariko. You've got Leota, who's also a big that contributes underneath the basket. And also their guards that just continuously keep cutting in and out of the key. You really need to box out and keep them out so that you can secure the rebound.
Well, it was an attempt at the shot, but no sort of accuracy that time. Quick subs here for St. Mary's.
I think Mariko's going to have a little bit of a break, and Leota is in.
20 goals for Tatiana Mariko tonight. Well-deserved rest.
For sure. Oh, nice step. That was lovely. Good Euro.
And she regathers it as well.
And just like that, Brad, they just continuously keep going, one after the other.
Oh, 71-44. Utter dominance in this third quarter by St. Mary's.
Oh, good hands by Collins. Oh, that would be a foul on Geraldine. I'm not too sure if you guys caught that, but she just kind of swiped her hand away, Collins' hand, so that would be a foul.
And the red flag has come up on the table as well.
Yes. So now they're in bonus, Sacred Heart. So that's actually a really good thing for Sacred Heart. So basically when you're in bonus, every foul that St. Mary's commits now, whether it's supposed to be whether it's on the way to shooting or not, it'll be a shooting foul regardless.
Oh, wow.
So St. Mary's, I think that's the downside of having a pressure defense. You risk getting fouls. So now Sacred Heart need to use this to their advantage and attack the rim a lot more. It's automatic two shots.
Oh, just rolls out, but regathered by Sacred Heart by Tuia.
Good rebound by Collins.
Bounces out, regathered. St. Mary's on attack, the shot comes, and easy. $14 points for Onisimo this evening.
And Collins again, just always around, doing a great job of trying to get some of those offensive boards, giving her team another chance.
Just a reminder, folks, when these two teams played each other 2 weeks ago, it was 79-49. It's now 73-44.
Great pass. Oh, unlucky. Some good vision coming from Kristana.
Yeah, so if that was that shot went in, that would have been a great assist.
Yeah, it would have. Nice work by Collins to finish that off.
So here comes the 3 points. Oh, brilliant!
Good job by Dylan.
On the radar that time.
I think we might have a... Nope, no timeout. We're going to keep going.
It's Maya Iti with her first points of the evening.
Great job by Maya to protect the rim.
Oh, another one, is it? Not that time. That's the 2.
2, yeah. 7 seconds left on the clock. So Katane. A little bit too hard off the backboard.
And that is quarter time. And a break for 2 minutes. And we talked about it. The team that does better in the third quarter tends to go on to be in the championship quarter. And this stage, St. Mary's 78-48. And Sacred Heart that quarter only got 12 goals.
Yeah, that's really tough for the Sacred Heart girls. And I think it's also due to just them being a little bit too stagnant on their offense. They need to trust the process a little bit more. When we see players, especially like number 10, Tuia, when she attacks the hoop and starts to make the defense kind of move and shift, then things start to happen. I think Sacred Heart did a great job in the second quarter of kind of being there and just disrupting the St. Mary's offense a little bit. And so they were rewarded by fast break, just easy layups. And I think that was something that they were missing in the third quarter. So St. Mary's, again, like I said before, just didn't really take their foot off the brake at all. Off the gas, sorry. They just kept going and going and going. And I thought, these girls, if they keep doing this for the whole game, I'd be broken by the end, you know?
Well, 31 points in that third quarter for St. Mary's just highlights how dominant they were. In particular, Mariko and Onisimo were just so dominant. Particularly Mariko, she was just finding all the gaps.
She was, yeah. And I think the number one thing that we have to, well, I love to see is that they're a defensive focused team. And everything that comes, they've just rewarded time and time again. You know, like I said, they don't necessarily need to run through any sets because their goals come from disruptions that they cause in the mid-court. And so it's quite easy for them just to get a runner down the lane, and it's an easy 2 points for them. So if they continue to do that, then we'll have some champions at the end of this quarter. But Sacred Heart, you know, never say never, fourth quarter. I'm hoping that they're able to just bring a little bit more oomph and energy.
Well, let's see what they can do. Sacred Heart. The arms folded on the bench. Starting players in a huddle. All 5 of them. They've got a sense they're still in with a chance. But it's going to be a long crawl and something of a miracle to get them back. Fourth quarter underway. 78-48.
Oh, great pass. Just the referee's just stopping the game, pausing it. The clock hadn't actually started yet.
Well, at least we started on our one.
I know, gosh.
It's been going 15 seconds. But, oh well.
I think one thing that I probably want to see from Sacred Heart, especially in this quarter, is just adding a little bit more pressure on the ball.
Agree.
Yeah, so just like that, you saw that in the first couple of seconds of this quarter. They were able to get a really nice pass. St. Mary's were able to get a really nice pass into number 32, Sonic Russell Leah. And she's signaling to get the ball again, but see, they've done a great job on help defense to try and get it back. So hopefully some ball pressure from Sacred Heart will be able to help them out a bit.
Sonic Leah Russell played in the netball final on Monday.
Oh, she did? What position does she play?
She was goal shoot.
Ah, right.
And
yes.
she played 2 quarters. The first 2 scored 21 goals.
Oh, okay.
And here she goes again. She gets it in.
Well, she's got the height for this game, I tell you that.
Well, her and her shooting partner in the netball, Phoenix Swolga, who's not playing here for St Mary's this evening. She's on the radar of netball selection, as is Leah Russell. Foul's being called here. Just a reminder, folks, that next game on, boys final, St Pat's Stream and Wellington College at 8 o'clock.
That's going to be a good one.
That will be a cracker. It was only 4 points separated them last time they played. 3 points separated them that last time. 77-74, Stream winning that day.
Definitely one person to look out for is Murphy Rogers on the Wellington team. He's going to be definitely someone that you want to keep an eye out for sure.
So St Mary's get the ball. Foul was given. The referee coming down with the chop hand, so that means it was contact. Well, it was an explosive start in the 4th quarter as it was for the 3rd quarter for St Mary's. And they've already scored about 10 goals in the first 2 minutes.
They did, cheapers. Yeah, let's see what they do here on offense, Sacred Heart. Everyone's kind of just chilling out on the perimeter, and I guess they're looking for 3-pointers to try and close the gap a little bit more.
But it comes at a risk as well.
It does, yeah. Everyone's got to be prepared to crash the boards, as we like to say, get some rebounds.
It just rolls out again for Sacred Heart. Unfortunately, though, they have been hitting the basket, but it hasn't been going in this evening.
Just a little bit too hard, I think, off the back of the rim. Just bounces his way out.
Five goals for Stana Leota tonight. Oh, brilliant. Good shot. That time by Leah Arkin. Their first 3-pointer of the evening.
Definitely needed for sure. Oh, nice move by Dylan to be able to kind of suck in the defense there and then just kind of hand it off to a teammate who was cutting on the baseline.
Maya Taylor with the 2 points.
Okay, we're seeing a little bit more penetration to the hoop, which is really good. I would have hoped to have seen this in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
Then it would have been, I feel like we would have been looking at a different score, but better late than never, I think.
Just a shoelace being done up by Leah Akin.
So this is Jasmine Mita.
Yeah, Jasmine Mita, 5 goals so far this evening.
I wonder if it's any relation to Mani Mita.
Yeah, potentially.
Mani Mita. I think he's a part of the Saints, Wellington Saints. Actually, I can see him from here.
Oh, well.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. No, Mita. Oh, it goes in that time.
Great job by Jasmine.
Well, she's toiled hard all evening as Jasmine Mita. She has a break now. And she's been a real workhorse for Sacred Heart this evening.
It's not an easy job being a ball carrier. Oh, we've got a steal here.
Can it go in? Oh, not to be.
Just on the right of the rim. Great job. And I think Sacred Heart now have a little bit of a fire underneath their butts.
Well, they sure do. 30 points difference still.
Some good pressure, and I think this may be a turnover now. Yep, that'll be their ball.
And timeout has been called. It looks like it's been called by Steve Graham.
Yeah, Coach Graham would have not liked the first couple seconds of that quarter, or that couple minutes. Like you said, it was very different from all the other 3 quarters. Usually St Mary's come out packing a punch. That time, not so much.
Well, we have talked about the growth of basketball, but also the growth of women's sport as well.
Love to see it, Brad.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
Particularly, we've just had the FIFA Women's World Cup, and we've just had the Women's Rugby World Cup last year. And of course, the women's basketball also have their own domestic competition that's shown on TV as well. It's great to see, isn't it?
That's fantastic, and it's good to see. The thing that I think is the best thing is that it just shows just young girls out there that, you know, women can play sport. We're out here competing, and we're out here scrapping for championships, and, you know, it's something that we do. Yeah, it's great. It's also great to see young boys, you know, coming to especially our women's games.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
You know, coming and getting some shoes and basketball signed by female athletes. It's just, it's great. Love it. Did you go to any of the games, the World Cup games for women's?
Yeah, I went to one. I went to the first South African game at the stadium, and that blizzard of a rain.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, welcome to Wellington.
Welcome to Wellington, definitely was so. I watched a few on TV, particularly the final. It was spectacular.
I missed the final, actually, but I heard Spain took the win,
They did. Spain took the win.
Over England?
Yeah.
Wow.
Both of them were... Well, Spain never won it before, neither have England. Never won the Women's World Cup.
Oh, wow. Great achievement by both teams.
So back on. Sacred Heart with possession.
Oh, good option there by Akau. She recognises that she's actually feeling her shot a little bit, and that's a little bit of a heat check for her.
That's her second three-pointer of the evening. Both of them coming in this fourth quarter.
Oh, nice tip there. Good recognition by Isabel Tuia. She's kind of been I feel like she's been the heartbeat for this team. She's kind of kept them alive a little bit.
She has. She's really kept them in the fight.
Yeah. So it's a good job to see her just defensively contributing as well. Nice pressure on the post.
St. Mary's just taking it in. Here's Leah Russell. That time not so accurate, but Sacred Heart with possession. As their mascot, the Lion, cheers them on.
Yeah, I saw that. Great shot by Maya. Yes,
not that time.
I think that's one of the downsides of being a tall player is that you know you're innocently standing up like that, but if someone's a little bit shorter than you and you get their wrist, it's a foul.
Interesting. We talk about injuries in basketball. Glenn Denham, the headmaster of Wellington College, former tall black himself. And you can just see him in the background there, hobbling.
Oh, no.
There's those knees, along with Terry Stallworth. We'll see two great battlers out there very soon.
St. Mary's again trying to... I think there might be a foul, though, on the baseline.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's a turnover. It's
turnover?
Yeah, Sacred Heart's ball.
Oh, wow.
So Sacred Heart just doing a really good job of just eliminating that option of a fast break.
Sacred Heart are winning this fourth quarter at the moment, too.
They are, yeah.
Ball comes in. Ooh, nearly that time. Ken, 3 points comes. Oh, just bounces out, regathered.
Great effort. Oh, good effort.
And it's another foul.
Good effort by Tuia. She's really wanting those rebounds. She's boxing out the biggest player on the floor at the moment, so shows you how much she wants it.
It's been a great fight back here by Sacred Heart. Still 6 minutes to go. Is it going to be enough? Fourth quarter is a long time in basketball.
It is a long time. Oh, the second one's good. The first one, unfortunately, was a miss, but the second one, at least it allows them to set into some kind of defense there. Oh, good job. Stopping the walk.
Oh, no, not that time.
Good job by Collins.
An excellent work by Collins. Only 22 points now between them. Fight back's on.
Yeah, something's just clicked within the Sacred Heart camp. Oh, that's a deep three by Colin.
Oh, brilliant. A great three-pointers.
We have a timeout called there by Coach Graham.
And that was Katane. That's her second three-pointer of the evening.
I think there might be a bit of confusion here as to what's happening. The Sacred Heart coach is asking what's going on. So it's no timeout.
No timeout?
No, so that was the little bit of confusion there, because I think the possession is with Sacred Heart. So usually if the other team calls a timeout when you have possession of the board, it actually isn't allowed to happen. You have to have possession of the board to call timeout.
Well, he's not happy as Coach Wichman. He thought that valid for that.
Yeah, I would be frustrated too. I mean, it takes away from your momentum.
The official's having another talk. Referee Weaverton shake of the head.
A bit of a fun fact, Brad. John Worthington, the ref that you see on your screen there, he was actually my first basketball coach.
Oh, well. There we go. 3 points comes again. Oh, bounces out, regathered by Leah Russell.
That's a great rebound by Leah Russell. Great job by Maya Taylor from St. Mary's.
89-62.
Just a bit of a spacing issue there by Collins and number 12, Iowina.
$90 up, and this time is a timeout.
This is actually a very high-scoring game.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 91-62.
St. Mary's biggest win this season came in round 7. They played Keppie and they won 136-22.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? I'm actually not surprised, especially with the way that they're playing. They're just up and down the floor really, really quickly.
The highest score for St. Mary's this season, for Sacred Heart this season. They've done it 2 times, 100 points.
Okay, so they're definitely within the same ballpark as St. Mary's.
Needs a 23 Smoko. There's the sign in the background. Not sure what the meaning means.
That's me in this day and age now. I see stuff and I'm like, I don't understand what you guys are saying. It's a completely different language.
So less than 5 minutes to go, 91-62. Timeout has come to an end. Looks like the old Leota's got a bit of ice on her right shoulder.
Oh dear.
Be a bit of a concern as they prepare for regionals coming up soon. They don't want to have any injuries.
See, it wouldn't be a basketball game without a bag of ice.
Yes.
Yeah. I've had a few. I think it was one game I had two on my knees, one on my ankle. It's just it's just horrible.
Lots of pressure on the joints, treble. That's the first one against Sacred Heart this evening. St. Mary's have really cut that out of their game in these last 2 quarters.
Yeah, so it's a good job. Good job by them, because it's, you know, it's one of those calls that are quite annoying, especially if you're on a roll.
Lemana back on. And she'll be replacing Katine.
This will be a big game, especially for year 13s, you know, if it's their last year.
Yeah, their last game in Wellington. But they still have the Nationals in Palmerston North as well.
Oh dear, just thinking there might be a foul on Ken.
So Ken played pretty well in this 4th quarter, has Leia Arkin. 2 3-pointers. 12 points in the game.
Definitely a scorer for sure. I have been a bit surprised that Maya has been a bit quiet though.
Yeah.
I'm hoping her ankle's okay. She was
hobbling for a while, wasn't she?
Yeah, just earlier on in the game. And Sacred Heart will be looking to probably get off some quick shots.
Looks like there'll be another line throw in for St. Mary's. Well, the crowd really is building up here now.
Yeah.
And the volume level is high.
Oh, that was a great shot.
And that had the height that time, that shot, but it couldn't quite get in the basket. Shot comes. It rolls out. Regathered.
Oh, no.
Good work that time.
That was a block by Tatiana Wariko.
Yeah.
The Sacred Heart bench not very happy with that.
Well, it's just not going their way in these last 2 quarters, isn't it, for Sacred Heart?
I think, unfortunately, it's one of those cases of a little bit, you know, it's too late. So you never know what can happen, especially with just referees and what the game tempo is going to be like in the 4th quarter. You got to give them credit though for trying to.
Oh, you got to. They've really fought their way back.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been a different story after that 3rd quarter, but they've really fought their way back here, Sacred Heart.
For sure. They made a travel call, I think.
And a treble call. Those are tough calls when you're trying to claw your way back into the game.
Yeah, for sure. It just becomes frustrating at that point because you're kind of just like, oh, what else? We're just seeing a river of teal walking.
Well, it's a great colour, that teal. It's my old school.
Well, I think, aren't you like St. Pat's, Silverstream and St. Mary's, aren't you guys like brother or sister schools?
Very similar. Yeah, very similar. So it's a great story there. We'll probably talk about it more in the broadcast, the start of the broadcast for the men's game, but the story about basketball at Silverstream, well, 20 years ago, it was a bit of a social sport. So we'll talk about that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Very soon. Here we go. The shot comes. Just bounces off the rim of the net. Regathered.
Unable to fall that time. Just a bit bouncy, just bouncing around the rim. Oh, great steal by Asi. Read that like a book.
Great pass down. Coming in. Here comes the shot. Just bounces off.
Just a bit short.
Coming in with the drive. Regathered. Picked up by Leah Russell, and they go again, St. Mary's. Less than 3 minutes to go. 91-64. Sorry, I've awarded 2 extra goals to St. Mary's here on my scorecard.
Nice pull-up there. Great pull-up jump shot by Ken. St. Mary's looking to slow things down just in the half court. I think they just want to use the time a little bit more. Got 10 seconds. Oh, Cohen shoots it. Well, that was deep.
A deep one. And here they go. Sacred Heart. Oh, how can they get it? Oh, just a bridge too far. Couldn't quite lunge out to get the ball. So, 2 minutes to go. It's an eternity, the 4th quarter.
It is, isn't it? Especially in the last 2 minutes because it becomes just the final stretch.
Particularly when the game is extremely tight. And, you know, you see that with the NBA and NBL and New Zealand competition. You see how tight it gets.
Yeah.
At least we're not like the NBA and have all the ad breaks.
Oh, my goodness. For sure. Oh, good hustle.
Oh, good hustle and a good steal by Sacred Heart. Rebounded. Bit of a juggling act. It's been regathered by Sacred Heart again. Shot comes.
I think that might have been tipped by Tatiana.
Regathered again.
I'm loving the support from the Sacred Heart. I think it's like their group, the support group there. Regardless of the score, they're supporting their girls.
Oh, they certainly have. They've really helped them. The good thing is they're very passionate. So, minute 21 to go. 91-66. It's going to be Mariko to extend her point scoring tally this evening.
She's played fantastic this whole game. Just one of the players that have been pillars for, I think, the St. Mary's group.
Well, she'll be up there with the men in the match standings.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
The female with the match standings, I should say.
For sure. Oh, just a bit short there on the second one.
Good pressure. Shot for free. Just bounces out, regathered. And the big grenade throw down the court.
Great pass.
And the shot, going for the free, not to be, regathered. Good time by Elsie.
Oh, great goal there.
Leah Russell.
She made that look effortless.
Oh, it's easy as you like.
Oh, just Sacred Heart just can't buy a bucket in the last couple of minutes.
Another shot, oh, not to be that time for Mariko. Couldn't quite control the ball that time.
Well, we're in the final 28 seconds of this quarter. I think it's safe to say that St. Mary's will walk away with this championship. I mean, they're definitely a deserving team, that's for sure.
Oh, they certainly have played extremely well. And the third quarter was the catalyst to their victory.
Yeah, and I think it's they've gone this whole season undefeated.
They have, yep.
Right till the very end.
Turnover. 24 seconds left, 94-66. In possession of Tiffany Tangawai. Kawia. Tangawai shoots. At that time unsuccessful.
And great running by Dylan
great work.
Massey. And a nice reverse underneath the basket. And that'll do it, I think. Might be the nail in the coffin there.
Shot comes right on the buzzer.
Oh,
it's in! Oh, great work to finish it off.
Oh, fantastic effort by both teams, but just a big shout out to St. Mary's for going the whole season undefeated. They've just done an exceptional job of executing their game plan. They put their foot on the gas from the very first quarter right till the very end. So they must be really happy, I mean, just by the looks of things anyway.
Well, a great victory for St. Mary's College, 96-69. It was set up by that strong third quarter. They handed it to Sacred Heart. They started off the first quarter not so flash, but they crawled their way back in the second.
They did.
And they kept fighting despite the fact they trailed on the scoreboard. They can be proud of their season, in particular the way they turned up here at the Akau Tangi Sports Centre this evening. Many thanks to you, P, for commentating this game, but you're going to be joining us in about 15 minutes' time. So that's us here for the girls' final. St. Mary's are your victors in the Sharp Cup for the girls' basketball championship. We'd like to thank College Sport Wellington for allowing us to be here and to be bringing you these basketball finals tonight. Our coverage for the men's game will start in 5 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm Brad Hudson. Ciao for now.